Alright, so going back a while ago, I was probably about in first grade. This was when lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma, if you guys didn't know. I was born in Oklahoma, lived there for about 7 years, then moved to Arizona, lived there for 1 year, then moved to Georgia, where I am now. But basically, I think as a kid, everyone really had those neighborhood friends that you guys would always go and play with, and that's what I was doing this day. It was over the summer. Uh, it was probably like a Sunday or a Saturday. It's pretty hot outside. Like I said, this was in Oklahoma, so in the summer it's pretty hot. And I had a normal house in a normal neighborhood, and we decided to play hide and seek in our backyard, like we do all the time. We'd either play foursquare or kickball or just something in our backyard. Um, and that day, I was playing without my shoes or my socks on because it was just fun. We had like water hoses and stuff, and just everything, like Capri Suns, the OG stuff. But how it started was, so my friend Wyatt, which has been my friend since day one, we met as babies, and he was like my friend that always come over to my house, and like when I was little, right? And then so me, Wyatt, my brother, my sister, and a couple of neighborhood friends were just casually playing hide and seek, right? So he was chasing me with the hose, and I ran in. Like I said, I didn't have any shoes on, so this is an important fact for later in the video. So if you guys have ever seen these little bars, they could be black. They basically hold in like dirt or grass or mulch, like in my backyard, and it was just like a little bar kind of surrounding our garden. And I was running, and I stepped on that in between my big toe and then your toe right next to your big toe, right? And it was like rusty. That thing was like rusted up because it was old and stuff. So somehow, I guess I was running so fast that I cut it really deep. It was probably an inch and a half deep. And I'm just running, and I step on it, and then I don't really even feel any pain until later. After he catches me, I take a break, and then I start feeling the pain in my toe. It's in between my toes. So I look at that, and I just have this image in my head, and it's just a really deep gash. And and then I told my mom, and we honestly didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't bleeding. It was just a really deep gash. So we try and put like a band-aid on it, but obviously that doesn't work because it's like a really deep gash. And I don't know what I do with it, but then we decided to go to the ER, which is where things got bad because when we were there, I just was laying down, and all I could see was I was on a bed. They didn't put me under anything. Well, first, in the lobby, we were waiting for a pretty long time. And then, so they finally call us up, and lays me down on the bed, and the doctor takes a look at it. And then she, like, signals to my mom that, like, kind of whispers to her, like, oh, this is really bad. And like I said, there was rust on that thing. So I see her put, like, a purple bowl out behind my toe. I couldn't really see anything. I was holding my mom. Like I said, I was in first grade. And then, just out of nowhere, I hear, this is the most painful thing in my whole life. And the cut is basically kind of a hole that is basically an inch deep, an inch and a half deep. And she puts a tetanus shot, which already hurt normally. A tetanus shot really hurts normally. But thinking about that in an inch and a half deep cut is the worst pain in my whole entire life. I was screaming like for probably like 30 minutes just straight. And it was just horrible. Like, it sucked. And it was just hurting, and I was holding my mom. I was like, Mom, help. It hurts so bad. I was already crying. I was bawling out. And then that was probably the worst part. And then just the stitches is like, you could kind of just feel her going in and out and in and out. And it just hurt so bad. I don't know how. It just was so painful. Because I know stitches, they don't really hurt that much. But then stitches in a really deep cut plus a tetanus shot, and I have a really high pain tolerance. I can't really control that. It's just me. I don't know. I have a really high pain tolerance. It just hurts so bad, and after she got the stitches done, I was finally like glad that it was over and stuff. And then she puts like this purple, not really cast, but this wrap around it. And then we go home. And then my brother, my sister, and all my other friends are waiting at my neighbor's house, just like playing like kickball or something, or foursquare. And then it's like I have this purple little cast thingy all around my right foot. It was just gauze, and it itched a lot. But then fast forward to a week later, I still have the quote-unquote cast on. And I go to this like lake place in Missouri. Forgot, it was like something falls, but my family goes there every year. And I still have that thing on. And yeah, I guess while I was there, I caught ticks, which are these little insects that get inside your skin and like eat your blood. And when we got back, I figured out I did have ticks, and they were on my little spot. You know, I had ticks on my dick. So yeah, that night we went to the emergency room to take those ticks out. And while we were there, they also took the stitches out because it was time for them to come out. And taking the stitches out was also a lot more painful than I surprised. Like, I don't know, taking stitches out was pretty painful, but it was. So yeah, that's the first time I got stitches. It was 2 stitches, I think. It was the most painful thing in my life. And yeah, comment down below if you guys want some more storytime videos, because I really like making these videos. I am sick. I have a cold, if you guys could tell. And yeah, peace out.